y'all doing here? Oh, probably want to update on the Juggernaut. Come on, I'll show you. Well, it's been a while since we did an update. We got air conditioning now. That's new. So we added a lot of metal to the Juggernaut. As you can see, she's like 80% done. So far, we have the grill put in, double stacked some expanded metal, so that's pretty dope. We got the Morimoto big bangers tucked behind here. Little like, fuck, we're gonna have to cut that out. We got the big bangers tucked back in here. Those look beefy and badass. We started tubing over the windshield. And more is more. So we started across the bottom right here where the cowl is. Then we decided to put another bar here. Then we're like, screw it, let's add like the Corvette, put a second bar. And then like, man, we need a bar at the very top, so we added a fourth bar. And then we connected them all the way through, so that way we can make some, what are those things called? What are those things called, Steve?
What thing?
Over the windshield, we were gonna do?
Louvers?
Louvers.
Louvers.
Louvers. Yeah. Louvers. We're gonna do louvers over the windshield like that, sort of like that Def Race look kind of deal.
That's what was in the original grill.
Yeah. Yeah, those louvers. Come on, get the fuck up. We have some nice little steps now because how tall the truck is. So here's the top. We're actually gonna plate all this. We're just gonna plate the whole top of it. Plate it. And then this right here, we're gonna plate in here so it's all one solid piece. That's all gonna be one solid piece. That's gonna be sick. We're gonna have one piece come up here, all the way down here, connect to the two bottom pieces right here, and then we have a third piece that's going underneath there. So we're gonna plate the whole bottom of the truck with 1/4-inch steel. It's gonna be raw.
This
and
is not stable.
If you follow catchy dog, you'll be
You promise?
I always catch you. So then we got right here. Next step, all this is welded. We're gonna have an X come on the back of the windshield. Come on, don't worry, I ain't gonna touch it. Right here, we're gonna do an X on the back of the windshield, and then we're gonna plate this with expanded metal. So this will be armored on the back window. This will be plated all through here. This will be plated. Then we're doing a mount for the spare. That we're gonna have a fifth wheel, and then right here underneath the tank, underneath the spare, we're gonna have a fuel tank. That's gonna hold 120 gallons of fuel. So in total, we'll have 150, 160 gallons of fuel. So we'll easily be able to get like 2,700 miles on one tank. But it'll cost us like $600 something to fill up. But we'll go all the way to California and still got 1,000 miles left. So we're working on the bracket for this. And we're gonna hop down. So then we started plating all this and finally welding all those. And then you come to the back over here, you got your fifth wheel and your gooseneck mount already in the bed. Yes, we are going to tow with this. And then on the back, we're about to gut all this out right here. We're going to gut the whole entire tailgate out. And then we're going to actually make this all armored look. We're going to do a plating with a mesh over the tail lights so it matches. The bumper, I have not figured out what we're going to do with it. I don't know if we're going to do like a raking effect like the front, or just some massive thing. I know we're gonna hang some chains instead of like your mud flap type deal. We're gonna have a bunch of chains, give it a little Madmax feel to it. And then this side still has to be plated. It's gonna look freaking badass. Venom wheels making this a spare right now. That should come up in the next week or two. And same thing, got to plate all this. Right here, I'll show you the bottom. So the tubing is gonna come all the way where we connect it to the chassis, and we're gonna come across, and then we're gonna come another piece here, and we're gonna just plate all that, and then bridge it to the other side and just plate the whole bottom of the truck with 1/4-inch steel. The front is pretty much done. This has been welded in. It doesn't rotate just yet. We're just trying to get to where the truck's going, and when we come back, we'll start hitting up everything with the little details. But this will be rotating with a little pin. It can move up like this or move down like that. It does shoot fire, and it does shoot the exhaust smoke out of it. Here's the intake. We finished the intake. This sucker is huge. Like, it reaches all the way behind the headlight into the turbo. And this has this massive air filter. That was really hard to find, and it was expensive. And then you come here, you can see, like, this is the exhaust set up right here, and then you can see this right here. This pipe goes all the way, connects to the turbo right here. and we wrapped it in that fancy gold heat restrictive paint, well, tape. And then right here is where the winch will go. Big fancy Warren winch that goes right in here with the lead. All this flips open. That's all cool and stuff. The hood, we're about to do something freaking badass on the hood. We're gonna gut this whole center section in, and we're gonna tube the hood. We're gonna have tubes just go all throughout the hood and make a giant cold air induction for the motor. So it's gonna have a big opening like this. We're gonna double mesh it with expanded metal, and it's gonna raise up probably about 5 inches above the hood, and then it's gonna fill up all this with some tubing too. All that will be filled up. We're trying to get away from as much aluminum and plastic as we can. Morimoto lights. That's their 4-banger light bar. That is badass. It's sick. It comes in one piece with 12 lights. We separated it so we can put it at the very top right there where you usually have the cab lights. You're gonna mount those. That's a mix of like the wide lens with the spotlight lens, so you'll see everything. They're sending us some 2-bangers flush mounts that we're gonna have to double stack right here. So then when you cut it, like say you just want to light it up, you want to shoot a smoke screen with the exhaust and light it up, can't see you, it's going to shoot lights from 2 lights here, then you're going to have 2 lights double stacked here, shooting like that, and then the rear will have 2 lights, 2 2-banger Morimotos on this side, and that'll be on both sides. And then we still have light bars we're going to mount on the sides up top, on the back. The tailgate, I think we should flat mount some of the lights on the tailgate. That'll be sick, something like this right here. When we weld into this, I think that'll be sick. Parking sensors, we're ready to integrate that into the bottom of the bumper. So yeah, we still got a lot to do, but we got a lot done. And we took the spare out from the bottom, so all that's open. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna do with it. We'll probably take some tubing, connect to the top, and integrate it through the bed into the frame. So it'll actually be a roll bar if this thing ever lays on its side. But God knows how you're gonna flip it back over. So the structure's there. We still gotta take a couple of bars. We're gonna take some tubing, shoot it through here, and one piece through there, and another there connected to the other side, so that way it makes just a big actual caged enclosure. And it's all gonna be plated, so it's just gonna be that much more beefy. And yeah, that is the rundown on the Juggernaut, what we've been doing this past month since LS Fest, Texas. We haven't given y'all updates, so this is what we've been doing this whole time.